on our last update, we only had the first layer of the floor down. So on this one, we've installed it so it has the padding, the slats, the insulation, another slat, and then the plywood. So the floor all the way up until the bathroom has been completed. And then the bathroom we paused because we're gonna run the plumbing underneath here before we lay the insulation in the floor. It's definitely gonna be higher, but there's gonna be a wall the whole way here. And then the big completion is we have our first hole in the wall. So this is where our sliding door from the living room will go out into the deck. And we'll show some video of Matt cutting that out. We have some video of him installing the floor too. And then I don't know if you can tell, the 5 sections up there have the vinyl installed. The ends are still open because those are going to be clad in cedar, but it's not bad. You can't really tell the difference. Very slightly can you tell that it's just not clear out to outside, but that vinyl's done. We have to do this side yet, but we had some things we had to take care of this week. But that's our update this time around. So we're getting there, and we've worked on figuring out the framing so we can frame, and we got to move this piece of metal out of the way, and he's going to weld the door frame together so we can put the door in, and then we'll have our first door. So not too shabby. Anything you want to say, mister?
No.
No? I'm happy. Yep, we're happy. All right. Well, dang on tarp's in my way, but we'll just do it. All right, we're ready. Oh. I see smoke. There it is. You're through. So we're just doing this to mark where the floor's at on the inside since the floor was built out. I didn't record all this, so I'm just going to tell everybody. From the inside, we cut the slices so we knew where the bottom of the floor was, right? The top of the floor was, yeah. Where the bottom of the door should go. And then we measured and drew out, can't even see it, really, but where we got it cut. So he's going to cut the sides and the top from the outside, and then the bottom from the inside because of the floor. So he drilled, we'll call them pilot holes in the corner so he knows where the end of the door is, where he needs to cut. So there's that. All right, he says he's gonna do the floor first. So we're just gonna show you as soon as I figure out where I just sat it down. Can't even see it. So how did he measure his lines? So we marked across the bottom first to get the width, and we used a level. from here. We used the level to make sure our line was straight and then ended it. And then we measured up, again, using the level. And to do the top, we used the level to get the outside, and then he used this flexible ruler to line up in between those marks so then he could get a straight line across there. So fingers crossed it works. Oh my gosh. Well, we'll be going through a lot of blades. Yeah, you got about halfway. Use that ruler. Ow.
You want to record it?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Just I was trying to explain to him what you did.
The flexible roller.
I thought you were going to use a word you shouldn't.
I'll never do that.
No. Hannibal Lecter. What's the difference between the two? You used the jam saw with the metal blade on the inside, right? And then you ran out of blade because it ate it up really fast.
Yeah.
And then you finished with a grinder
With a wafer wheel.
with a wafer wheel. And how much of the wheel did it use? Hardly any?
Yep.
Okay. So the wafer wheel lasts longer, and then the cut looks like it's not, it doesn't produce as much crap
It's because the blade's a lot thicker for that machine.
for the,
So it's
okay.
grinding more metal.
And you were only using that on the bottom anyways, just because of the floor, and you didn't want to get it in the
good, perfect height for the floor. I didn't want to be burning the floor, and I didn't want to be making it all big. So yeah, now that I've done that, now I'm going to do the top,
Okay.
and then I'm going to leave little tabs. on
So
the
it doesn't
sides,
fall
and
out.
cut the rest of it. Yeah, and then when it's time, I'll pop the tabs and we'll drop it down.
Okay. Well, hopefully everyone can understand you with that mask on.
the same?
Pretty close. How's that work?
Not bad. Not bad. Look, it's nice and straight. A little less mass.
It's hard to see the
sparks.
cut on the, oh, there it is.
That's because it's so clean.
So you use the grinder at the top and then, looks like it's a little straighter than the grinder. And you don't have sparks flying.
Well,
And what kind of blade do you
when
have?
you see, if you look, this side of the line that we want to keep, I try to keep clean.
Oh,
if you see
gotcha.
jags, I usually take it in.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
What
It
kind
don't
of
matter if I,
what kind of blade do you have on the?
just a metal reciprocating saw blade.
Okay. Okay. So we're cutting the tabs. All right. So we'll just hold it.
Like this, and then once I cut this one, you're gonna have to use your left hand to hold this side. Cut this straight. Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do this one.
So just hold it like this.
Yeah. You hold it like that. It will drop, keep your left hand up high, and try and keep it this way, so that it don't fall back.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you good?
Yep.
Here it goes. Yeah. You're on out. Get your hand out of there. Good, that's it.
What's a little heavier than you would think?
Yeah, once you got the whole weight of it, standing up. Very good job. Good job.
Awesome.
The first hole.
First hole, right into our kitchen. Gotta bring the shop back
There we
over.
go, babe. Let's make a ramp out of it.
A ramp? No, I don't think so. And then the kitchen. So out to the deck, hang out.
Man, that's so awesome.
Up.